The closing session is not something where we want to talk a lot, and the first kind of part that we want to do in the closing session is, in fact, listening to you, and we invited some of you to think about, well, what did I learn on the beach? Oh, not on the beach, of course, that's for next week. On the conference, what is the take-home message that you have? And can you show the next one? Yes. And for those who attended the opening session, you might remember that I referred to the fact that IALE is really considered as a community. So what would be your dreams for the IALE community? And then maybe I'm not talking only for the European level, but also for your national chapter or even the international IALE. We invited 3 people, and then you will introduce them again.
Yeah, we thought about to have an inner perspective, so someone that is engaged in IALE, in one of the European IALE chapters. Then we thought of a person that attended the first time here, that has maybe first time heard from IALE, to see what this person takes on. And as a third people, we wanted to ask an early career person, a PhD student, and to see what this person says about. So we're going to start with the first person, and this is Jose from Spain. He is engaged in the IALE chapter Spain, also has had a number of sessions today and in the last days. So what is your impression, Jose?
Well, thank you very much for the opportunity of giving my personal view on this. Very briefly and with some keywords for each of that questions. The take-home message is feeling that we are in a community that represents our research interests. I want to say that other ecological and research associations and communities are doing that. Specifically in IALE in Spain, and we are studying now, and in Europe, we feel that the different topics that have been addressed and leading to the question with our specific topic of interest, which is spatial ecology and remote sensing, and everything that has to do with that spatial component as a method for linking the theory of landscape ecology with applications that within end users can find interesting from our developments. It's been a pleasure for all of us. We are in Spain, we started maybe 10, 15 people, now we are around 50 people engaged in this, what we need the next, or the new Spanish chapter. The take-home message is that we are really happy of saying how this association has helped with a lot of people interested in participating and seeing each other. And in the future, we would like to grow this topic that we developed in our section with the spatial ecology, big data, and remote sensing. We don't know what will be the name of the working group, but we would like to enlarge this approach and have a growing community at the European level in this topic to support and to connect with the other working groups, with everybody in IALE, to give this discipline more name, more maturity, and have a common view on all these topics and engage with, this is the third question, our dream, engage with many institutions and entities and groups in Europe. I don't know, for example, Eurosite, the Environmental Agency, Comenius, wherever, the different chapters and different people in IALE, to be able to engage and to transfer the theory and method of landscape ecology into real solutions using this concept of translational ecology, real solutions that are effective and useful for end users. And the final trend is then to move into the IALE International, because I don't want to say this, but I have said it. Everything that we do in Europe is government at the end of the day, and everything is more or less done. We use our funding capabilities to reinforce, to strengthen our methods, our solutions. But come on, let's put this outside of the world. And with the IALE International, the dream would be to connect with other people, with other groups, with other chapters around the world, and to demonstrate that this Green Deal of Europe is not, as many people say, that it's a waste of time, lose of competitiveness. It's something that we can expect to improve our quality of life and do the future a better place to live. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks, Jose. Then, as a second perspective, we have Diana from Novi Sad. She's working from the Biosense Institute, and as much as I learned, it's the first time that you attend the IALE Congress. So, what are you taking home for you?
Thank you for inviting me. I didn't expect to be on the spotlight at my very first IALE conference, but it was really successful, and I'm happy to be here with regret that I wasn't here before, especially during my struggle with my PhD struggle phase, because I think it's really helpful. And a lot of thematic session organized also for PhD students, and this is also the way to really support, especially if you're coming from this southeastern part of Europe. And as you know, we are underrepresented, and we should be more involved. So besides what I said today already, I also met great people, established a lot of contacts. I have new idea for collaboration, and it wouldn't happen if I were not here. So networking, I knew always it was super nice way to go, but if you don't have a budget, that's how it is. So, and I'm also proud because this year I had two things to present. It was one presentation and one short presentation. It was like always my dream to come and show my work on the Congress. And about the topic that I think needs to be addressed, maybe, even though the promotion is not my cup of tea, I still think that IALE can maybe focus a bit on the southeastern region. It could be like an online workshop with conceptual thematics in which the people from different disciplines that are super expert in their fields, but they are not functionally connected and not part of this landscape ecological concept. So I think that would bring more representatives from our area, and this is exactly what I wish or dream from the IALE community, to have in future more people coming from Southeastern Europe participating and contributing to our work. And thank you for finally being part of my community, let's say. And I learned that from Mendel.
Tiana, and also good to hear that you are a strong voice and asking and also requesting to carry for the South European region. And after the IALE congresses have been before Warsaw have been in Manchester and Ghent, so more in the western part, or the last two congresses with Warsaw in Poland, and now in Bratislava in the Slovak Academy, that we hopefully could approach stronger also better some Eastern interested landscape ecologists with our congresses. Okay, so the last insight, we asked Lina, who is a PhD student at the University of Lisbon, and what are you taking home from this congress?
Well, thank you for listening me and listening us, the great students. And thank you for all the organization team. I just wanted to say this, IALE members and local organizers. I have many take-home messages, but I would like to highlight two of them. The first of them is that those intensive days, this intensive journey, allow us to step away of the daily tasks of academia. That is like basically something that makes academia working, but let us be in this moment of having inspiring conversations and very, very delightful studies that makes us be passionate again, and having those studies that are pure food for thought. And I think that that's very interesting and inspiring. My second take-home message is that events like this allow us also to talk with many of the that we always were like reading and having like just mental debates, and then in here we met them, and then we realized that we can have like an embodied conversation, that it is very rich, and it empowers us because also it makes us realizing that we are all in the same pathway, and that science is really based on sharing knowledge and sharing experiences. And from the topics that I would like to address in the future, I decided to switch this question, and I would like to assume this challenge in the early career group. Maybe if I decide to, or if I suggest the topics is going to be very related to my research, and I would like that early career group decide or suggest new topics, because since we are in a very multi and undisciplined world, it is very interesting to listen to many different approaches as we have been listening for those days. But what I would like to see regarding the topic is seeing different forms or formats to spread the knowledge, and complementing the poster sessions and the presentations, also seeing formats as audiovisuals, storytelling, and other type of dissemination that also attracts other type of target groups, such as practitioners or policymakers. And what I want to see in the future, and my dream for IALE, is keep growing as this intergenerational network in which we are based on knowledge and experience sharing and also empathy, and like this going all together to work towards the critical thinking of the future challenges such as environmental justice or digital inequities or also intersectional research. Those are my things. Thank you so much.
Yes, thank you very much, Lina. So we covered three perspectives, the inside, the outside, and the youngster perspective, but certainly not captured all voices. And therefore we would like to open the floor for a few minutes, maybe to gather additional voices. If someone would like to address one of those three questions, maybe you have also another completely different aspect that you would like to mention, that you would like to ask, or that you would like to express, then it's now your opportunity. Any dreams, any visions for IALE? Otherwise, Isabel will force something.
Thank you. I'm Paula from South Italy. Yes, I enjoyed this congress, and it's always a pleasure to be in IALE-EU and IALE congresses, because of course, as Nina said, networking is very important, and also comparing visions and finding new point of views, and going back to old ideas and seeing them implemented in some presentations is it's always very stimulating. And the dream is that IALE could keep growing also with new working groups, with active working groups, and that in fact that working groups be active and being able to construct common projects and actually implement the network. I mean, make the network working. Trying to find projects and funding for common projects, and that would be a very nice progress of our association, that we can produce, say, projects together. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
I'm here because of a project together with colleagues from Germany, from Slovakia, and from Czech Republic, Interreg project will meet already in Bratislava. There is the possibility also to attend the conference, to manage to special session. For me, I found that it was very, I think the association, it was for me very impressive that you are well managed. You have also interesting program, not only scientific program, but also expression, 5 or 6 possibilities, and also I enjoyed the dinner with I enjoyed the Slovak culture, music, dancing, and for sure I will come to the next IALE conference, and I also do some person directly from my city department. That was the next added value for me. Thank you very much for great organization.
Maybe one last voice. Is there a volunteer voice?
Yeah.
Isabel something? Okay.
As I already said, yes, he's coming to you. For me, it's the first time. And I'm a geographer working in a cultural heritage agency, so I'm a governmental employee, you might say. And for me, it's interesting because landscape is about connecting people with their environment, but also about connecting nature and culture. So I work more in the cultural part of landscape, you might say. I think we use different frameworks, different words, but we try to do the same, I guess. So it's good to learn from each other, to hear from each other what's going on. That's interesting for me, what's going on. And not everything is connected to my work, for instance, but if I work on preservation of coastal landscape, for instance, it's good to know what's in the framework of IALE, what's going on up there. So, yeah, visit each other's events, you might say. So when maybe next year is a landscape archaeology conference, IALE was making some advertisement on that. So it's interesting also maybe for a couple of researchers here to visit that kind of conference also, to learn from each other. Know what's going on and try to work together, because I think landscape perspective needs cooperation of all scientists. So that's my one spirit topic which strikes me on this conference was the idea of the landscape restoration. I make a comment on that. So that's interesting for me if I work in the field of cultural heritage. Yeah, what is restoration and how do we connect to that kind of ideas? So, well, good to be here.
Welcome back.
No.
Hi everybody, I'm Nina from the University of Finland, and I'd really like to congratulate Executive Board and the organizers for a great selection of keynote speakers this year, because it was really nice to hear, and it's very important to hear the history, because it reminds us where we are and why we are where we are. And I think it's good tradition to have these type of reflections on the past, and those are valuable. It's also really great to hear of how to reconstruct the terms and concepts and our foundations with the new explorative ways, and then it's valuable to bring speakers who are outside of our core domain, which was the last keynote speaker on Thursday. And then I also really love the fact that we have field excursions. Perhaps it's because I took the one with the wine drinking from the end. But in general, those are really lovely ways of using the days that it brings the diversity and also experience of local culture, nature, and all these things that are attached. I do think that it would be great if we could also consider some kind of topical issues in Europe that we could tackle through prudent goals of landscape ecology in every conference, which would not necessarily be a scientific presentation, but some kind of brainstorm. And I'm not referring to negative things that are going around the world, but also things that are just interesting for us as a community, and we could brainstorm how landscape ecology could help us to address those dimensions and what does it bring for us. Perhaps it's a way to also find new partners and new research projects like this. Thank you very much.
I wanted to jump in as my colleague from Holland, who mentioned his government employee, and I also government employee from Environment Agency Austria. I joined IALE first time in Wageningen 2 decades ago, and I enjoyed a lot being here again. And I want to address something on the question, what topics do you think need to be addressed in the future? So please be aware, next year 27 EU countries are compiling nature restoration plans. From 2027 on, these nature restoration plans will be implemented at landscape scale or beyond, even bigger scales, in these 27 EU member states, and they will be evaluated. And there are policymakers who are very engaged and keen that this will work out well and has benefits for biodiversity, and there are other policymakers who are not so keen that this will work well and will just do it however. In any case, all these policymakers are not present here, and they don't know much about all new methods and all new great studies and all this work you're doing. So you need to find them at least in the EU member states where all this will take place, so the 27 EU member states, and convince them and give you input and make this be a real added value for biodiversity and for the science of landscape ecology. It's a unique opportunity for our generation to have this opportunity. Thank you.
I understood this as a plenary task for the upcoming years for all of us. Then I would say we gonna proceed with the next point in our program, and therefore I'm gonna head over to that.
Yes, but we are struggling with slides at the moment. As you know, there were 2 awards that we wanted to award during the conference, and the first one was the poster award. I think it was really nice that during the sessions that people got the opportunity to give a kind of a pitch of the posters, and then I think there was a great poster presentation also. Maybe we have to focus on the announcement. That is sponsored by Springer. It's also the publisher of the Journal of Landscape Ecology and the book series that was here attending. And we are very happy that they sponsored the poster award. It's kind of building up the tension. I have to read the name. Unfortunately, there it is, yes. So the one who won the poster award, and now I hope it's really working, is a team of the colleagues from Poland, Anna Kowalska and her colleagues, who presented one of the posters dealing with the safe ecosystem conditions and services in one of the case areas in Poland. I don't know if one of the authors of the poster is here still. There is no official handover of the prize, but you will be receiving an email, and then you will receive also the voucher. So congratulations. I just wanted to thank you very much. And next to that one, there was also the PhD presentation awards, and this was a new type of award that was kind of the idea to give this award was also put forward by the early career working group within the IALE-Europe. And I will ask Simona, who is kind of the initiator of this working group, to present the one who won the award. Please, and thank you for all the work you did.
Thank you, Helen. Yes, this award, when we thought what should contain, we thought it would be good besides the money award and from the journal Landscape Online, the opportunity for free open access publication, to also include free membership to IALE-Europe for the next 3 years. This was very strategic because that will ensure the participation at the IALE World Congress. So then the word goes to I think he's in the room with us. With the talk on simulating the increasing role of drought as a trigger for vertical outbreaks. Congratulations. In the beginning, we were saying this was the biggest European conference that we ever organized, and if I say we, it's not we, but I think it's mainly the team of Luboš. Thank you very much for that. And as a real scientist, I think we are also sometimes trying to find figures to state the facts, and Luboš will present the figures or the numbers of the conference.
Thank you. Before that, I have a small announcement. Probably you are interested also in Google stats, and we decided not to prepare it in advance because registration was open till a very last moment. So we wish to have all the abstracts in Google Abstracts, and they will be available in the Congress page in the close future. And we'll mention that numbers are important for landscape ecology. Maps are important as well, so there will be one map and some figures. So map, you can see distribution of participants. We have in total 412 participants attending the Congress. Thank you for this really rich participation. They are coming from 36 countries. And you can see that, of course, majority from Europe, but we have also participants from USA, from Chile, from Austria, Indonesia, then Korea, China, and Kazakhstan. We had 40 sections that were organized during the Congress. And as for countries, surprisingly, not the highest participation from Slovakia is from Germany. More than 50, so 54 people from Germany and 52 from Slovakia. And then we have some countries that have really rich participation between 20 and 33, like Czech Republic, Italy, Poland, Austria, Netherlands, and Switzerland. And we had people downloaded it and used it. And all these figures are quite interesting because it came 1,250 almost private messages through this application, 470 community board topic posts. There were 8 meetups created, and it was really used, and the most active member is Jose Manuel Alvarez Martinez. It's 27,100 points. Actually, I don't know how it is calculated, what this means, but probably it is a huge number. So, as for oral presentation by countries, of those countries that are most represented have also highest number of the posters and oral presentations. And we can see that also we have quite a good number of PhD students presenting, because oral presentations are around 60, and there are also some posters, probably around 20, presented by PhD students. We have some other figures. We had 10 excursions organized. In some of them were around 40 participants because of capacity of buses, but it was quite good participation in others, between 20, 21 and 30 mostly. This 1 and 1 is none or not answering, so there's something interesting. We had 74 participants. We have more the same number of participants in the same. So I was thinking about welcome drink because there was this number of participants, but we had more than 350 people in the Congress dinner. So also this is quite big, and of course there are also some interesting figures about dietary preferences. We have some vegans that are quite good proportion, more than 20%. And probably this is all about figures. And now I will say something completely different. Of course, the Congress like this needs participation and preparation of many people that are behind. And I would like to mention some of them and some groups that allowed us to organize this event. First, the European Scientific Committee that did some strategic decisions in the beginning that decided about main topics, and I would like to send to these to participants of the Scientific Committee. Second group of people that are extremely important for Congress are session coordinators, people that propose topics that will be discussed here, shape the individual sessions, selected individual presentation and posters, and then let the individual session here. So many thanks to these people, because without their active participation, this will be not happen. We had 3 keynote speakers already, it was mentioned here. And I don't know the repeat because what was said is like that they gave us their experience, their opinion, and I think that also selection was good for them. And as for now, 2 organizers. First one is the IALE Executive Committee. because quite significant part of the scientific committee was from IALE-Europe committee, and they also participated directly in decisions and also in practical matters. And we have some small presents to them, and I would like to ask to come here. Werner van Edvelde, Simona Rauka Radinara, Jose Rokas, Werner Morten Gravengar, Isabel Ramos, Beatrice Pierre-Dan is not here yet, I didn't know, and Jose Manuel Alvarez Martin. So, many thanks for your work, your active role in decision making and in preparation of this meeting, for this congress. And next group is IALE-Europe, also by our Institute of Landscape Ecology, Slovak Academy of Sciences, Faculty of Natural Sciences, Comenius University, in which properties we are currently, IALE-Czech Republic, and Mendel University in Brno. And I will start with the two people that are crucial for this congress. And there are two names. First one is Victoria Victoria. I mentioned that crucial and strategic decisions were done by committees, especially scientific committee, but there remain a lot of decisions to be taken, a lot of practical activities to shape, to think about, to decide how to do it. There was also necessary to prepare this culture program. Everything behind this is especially key. So let me see for that. Important. Not second most important, who belong to this group of two people. So the name is Andrej Rajek. And why? So simply because we are not able to organize the congress like this. He is behind all IT work that is used for this. For example, one application, everything was developed by Andrej. Your registration, payments, then possibility to pay by credit cards, everything was firstly, he needed to explore how to do it, and he managed to do it. So it was really amazing. And now, from organization committee, I would like to mention people that really did most of the work. They are not all. And I would like to ask them to come here. So, Zuzana Barankova, Ivana Kozlova, Jakub Belinka, Ruben Hilder, Markéta Šandrušková, Alena Sášová, she cannot be here because she is busy now with preparation of PhD course that will start today evening. And finally, but not lastly, our guests from University, Ela Pavličová and Martina Zvaríková. So many thanks for your contribution to this to this conference. Sorry, my mistake, I forgot. It is here, and it is a little bit of a person. So, thank you very much. After this hard work, hard days, there will probably something relaxing, and therefore, to make these next days more sweet, also that are from honey. Thank you very much. The registration, the leaders of excursions and guides, technical support in the rooms, and of course, organizers of PhD course. And finally, I would like to ask to all of you for coming, for participation in Congress, because active participants are important and crucial for any conference and Congress. And I hope that you gain new knowledge, that it was opportunity for discussions and interaction with colleagues. And I wish you a safe journey home. And I'm looking for the next meetings of IALE-Europe in the future.
We were not prepared that this would be the thank you already, Luboš, so it's a surprise. I think we also wanted to thank you on behalf of everyone. And I know that there is always kind of one person that you see as the person of the conference, but I think you also showed that there is a whole group behind you, which is really nice and very essential if you organize such a conference. You don't have to be scared to organize a conference. If you have good colleagues and friends, then you always manage. We also have a present for you, but maybe you can begin. We thought we don't have something for each of you individually, but I think you need to have a big party. And we brought you two things. That was maybe the criteria to select it. That's the first one. And the second, I'm coming from Belgium, so I'm always asked to bring beers or chocolates. This time it's one big box of chocolates, and I think you need to share it with all of you. Thank you very much. You're almost there. A lot of people ask me, how can I become a member of IALE, and I really want to join IALE, and there was a problem on the website and I couldn't find it. So we made a small link to the website, or to a page, a Google form that you can fill in, and we will receive all the registrations that we receive. They will, I will put it differently. If you fill it in, you will are one of us with the instructions how you can pay your membership fee. And maybe important to know, if you are, for example, from Spain and you fill it in, then we will direct your name or forward it to the Spanish chapter. So we will not take any membership of a country if there is a national chapter. And I think that's also kind of maybe important to know, but we will distribute it to your one chapter. Yeah? And I think it might also be interesting to become a member. For those who participated in the General Assembly, you heard that we have elections currently for a new board. So let's say from the current board, a lot of people are stepping down, and there are a couple of the new people, members of the new board are here. And maybe we don't have a lot of time, but it would be good if you can just stand up or come in front. Then people will also recognize your face when you get a voting bullet. And that's Comenius from Slovak University. Yes. From University of Bari. Diana was there somewhere. Is she still here? No, she left. She was here before. And then Jose, but Jose left. Also, meanwhile. Okay. And Beatrice, but she also has all.
Maybe that's a sign.
No, I don't think so. But you have been introduced on the General Assembly. You could not join. So these are two people of the 6 that will take over from the current board.
If elected as successor.
Yes, indeed. And then the last. In a way, I wish you good luck. We will still be around. And I also want to thank the current executive committee for some of them 8, some of them maybe even longer than 8 years collaborating with the executive committee, and we will not disappear, that's for sure. We are also looking forward to the next conference, which is not in Europe but in Chile, and I will ask Christian and Marketa, 2 vice presidents of IALE-Europe, IALE International, to tell you briefly something about the next conference, and I think it's a great or a big invitation for 2 years.
Slovak Academy of Sciences and Comenius University. This amazing congress and very good events and the opportunity to meet a lot of people and make a relationship, research and also writing. And I think, hope and I'm sure that the Vienna World Congress will be the same success, and now we have a short invitation for this event.
It's a pleasure to be here. Thank you very much for this opportunity to share information with you about the next World Congress that will be in Chile. Some will be between the 8th and 12th November 2027 in 2 cities, Valparaíso and Viña del Mar. As you know, Chile is a very crazy country in terms of the contrasting landscapes, from the coast to the Andes, to the north to the south, from desert to Patagonia, and also the ocean and the Andes. So some pictures just to emphasize you. There is a chapter there. We started in 2016, it's a new chapter, 2016, and also we have just election in May of this year with a new board who will be in charge along with the host institutions. There are 4 universities will be hosting you in central Chile, and this is the main organizers of the Congress, Massimo Palme and Antonio Carrasco. And it's a map, so maybe some of you don't know where is Chile. Chile is in South America. You know, it's a long country. It's like a spaghetti, a long country. Yeah. So the goal will be in the middle of Chile, in the Mediterranean climates. So you ride to Santiago, and then you have to go by car, by Cuba, to the coast. Valparaiso, Viña del Mar, with the two cities. So some key dates. In October 2026 is the call for session and symposium. Then in December, acceptance. January 2027, the call for abstracts. Then registration starts in January 2027. And finally, workshop and side event will be between the 6th and the 7th of November of that year, and the World Congress between the 8th and the 12th. And after the 12th, 13th, you are very welcome to visit the rest of the country. Just book in advance, because it's a long way. So now you will enjoy the jet lag that I have this day. So see you in Chile.
So I'm looking very much forward to that. For those who could not write all the dates and everything what we told, and the statistics that Hugo showed, there will be a bulletin of IALE International that you will get in your inbox. That is also including the call for the next conference and the report of this conference. So I think the only thing is a big thanks, and now I will not say anything anymore. Looking forward to see you next time. Hugo.
Thank you. In order to go home in a good mood, so there will follow some folk songs that will invite this student.